So hello guys, how are you doing? Today we are sitting in a Volkswagen electric car again. This is the ID.4 GTX. It is a pretty big car honestly, but it is the sister car of the Audi Q4 e-tron with the 50 Quattro that we have already driven before. That means 300 HP and I think 407 Newton meters of torque in total. Of course all-wheel drive and the biggest battery that you can currently get in an ID.4. You want to see how fast the car drives on the Autobahn of course, but also want to measure on the race box the 0 to 100 time. I think there's not much to change in here. You can actually put it to sport, you can put the traction control to sport. That's everything that you can get. So let's see how fast it is. We can get a competitive 0 to 100 run. State of charge is now at 85%, not fully charged anymore, but let's see anyhow. Oh yes, that was a 6.2 seconds, even 0.2% uphill, so corrected time also 6.2. So that means, yeah, it meets the claimed numbers of the factory at 84% state of charge. So under even better conditions, maybe even a tenth quicker. But I think that's quite okay for, as saying it again, for such a big and heavy car, and we don't have something like a launch control. I mean, of course, it's not the most brutal launch, but yeah, if you're accelerating in town, you have instant power and you have a very, very strong push forward. There's a cat that wants to be run over. I don't know why. Yeah, so that was a 6.5, but we had 2% of uphill because that section was not perfect. But let's first do some handling here, see how the car behaves on the curvy part. Yeah, you can feel the weight definitely, but honestly, handling is quite okay for such a heavy car. I mean, also braking is good. We're talking about a 2.2 ton car. Yeah, let's give it one more try. I want to see if I can even beat that 6.2 seconds. I think this piece should be flat now. Might as well be a bit of downhill, but we can see it on the box later on. Feels strong, definitely. 6.0, 6.04, but saying it again, the belt. 2% downhill, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. The corrected time would probably be still 6.1, 6.2. Nevertheless, I think that's quite okay. Yeah, and yet another try from about 80 to the limited 180 kilometers per hour. That's 180. I think the interesting part also is that the car is of course very stable at its top speed. There is some wind picking up, but it's also windy outside today. Nevertheless, I think a quite comfortable ride also at top speed. Yeah, without further talking, summarizing it, I think the GTX definitely brings the power and some also nice exterior into that MEB class. I think the car, especially with the 21-inch wheels, looks very sporty from the outside. Of course, you still feel it's a heavy car. I would also say, I'm not 100% sure, but I would also say that this might even be a bit softer and more comfortable than the Q4 e-tron that we drove 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I guess it's a matter of taste if you go for something like a Q4 e-tron as the 50 model, or if you go for that Volkswagen ID.4 GTX. Of course, a bit of different price tags and the possibility to change the appearance of the Audi a bit more, but of course that also costs more. Definitely two very interesting vehicles in the lineup, I have to say. Yeah, so stay tuned for all the other stuff on Instagram specifically, because we will have some more nice outside footage and photos of this car, some more detailed shots, and hopefully talk to you soon.